What's going on, you guys? So Jaron Ennis, he got asked his thoughts about the Crawford Porter fight, and yeah, shout out to my boy YSM Sports Media for the interview. Got the video link in the description. Actually, I'm gonna play a quick clip of it of him saying what he said in regards to Terrence Crawford. He said he could do it. Whatever Bud could do, he could do it better. Basically, that's just what he said. That whatever Bud could do, he could do it better. He explained how you beat a guy like Bud and how do you beat a guy like Porter. You know, Jaron Ennis seems to be he says, Donald Williams, salute. He says, Ennis reminds me of Harold Miner, poor guy. Jaron Ennis, he has yet to get an opportunity and one of the top guys in the division. We go see what happens for him. I'm gonna wait till some more people get up in here. Hit that like button for your boy. Jaron Boost Ennis. You know, everybody's paying attention to this Crawford Porter fight. You know, box fans are excited about this. We go see what Terrence Crawford, how he looks against Sean Porter. Everybody's gonna be watching. The whole boxing community's talking about it, you know. So we go see how Terrence Crawford performs against Showtime Sean Porter. Yep. Salute to Dewan Cortez. He says Jaron Ennis is doing the right thing. Speak up that shit, talk back it up. Yeah. Yep. He gotta talk that shit. And he gotta back it up too. Salute to Terrence Collins in the building. I see you. Baby Juju, what's going on? Yeah, Boost was talking that good shit. He says, whatever you could do, I could do it better. You could switch it, I could switch it, and I could do it better. This is the things he's saying. So one would imagine if Jaron Ennis keeps up this type of attitude, Crawford may have to see this kid. He says, I'm gonna knock him out. Says never, never, ever gonna fight. Too much money in the world, and crawfish ain't broke. Salute to D-Lo 404 Boxing in the building. What's going on? Y'all go subscribe to D-Lo 404 Boxing. Go subscribe to my boy D-Lo 404 Boxing. Yeah, man. Jaron Ennis. I'm gonna play this little clip in a minute. I'm trying to see something real quick though. What video is that? Yeah, hold on, let me get this shit. That's right. Sean Porter, the first premier boxing champion to step on over. To step on over. You got a lot of people thinking Porter's gonna stop Bud too. I'm like, where you guys getting this shit from? Sean Porter hasn't stopped anybody since Paulie. You know what I'm saying? That was a long time ago. That was like, I want to say that was damn near over 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That was like 5 years ago when Sean Porter last got a stoppage. Salute to Mark Chilambos in the building. I see you, bro. Hit that like button for your boy. He says, sounds real good. D-Lo 44 says, sounds real good. We'd like to hear that when Bud didn't have a mandatory called or a fight announced. Hey, ain't it? Yeah. Yeah. You're right, bro. Where's this energy at there, man? But now Bud got a fight lined up. Oh, well, shit. Whatever he could do, I could do it better. I could whoop on him. Come on, man. Why you wait to the end, bro? Nah, I fuck with Boots heavy, though. I fuck with Boots. It's all fun and games. It's all fun. It's all love. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Let me put this link. The video link is going to be in the description for the full interview. My boy YSM Sports Media got access to Jaron Ennis, man. Not too many guys got that kind of access. You know what I'm saying? Jaron Ennis is kind of a private guy. He don't really seem to like to do interviews much, but my boy, being a man over there in Philly, he's able to get interviews with Boots. He's able to get the interviews with Boots. Hold on, I'm just putting this video in the description real quick. I'm gonna play a quick clip, a sound clip of it. Him saying what he said, man. Because Bud gonna have to see this dude. Bud gonna have to see. Bud may have to see Boots. If Spence don't come back or if Spence ain't the same, shit like that, then he may have to see one of these young dudes before it's all said and done. We don't know if Keith Thurman. Salute to Wayne Hennessy in the building. I see you. We don't know if Keith Thurman. Man, we don't know what's going on with Keith Thurman and these dudes, man. Sean Porter, the only. Let's be real. Sean Porter's like the only PBC guy, and I'll probably throw Ugas in there too. But he's newer. But I'm talking about the long time guys. Man, Sean Porter ain't never had no bullshit. No. You know what I'm saying? Just consistent. He just been really consistent as a fighter. Always shows up. Don't be missing weight. Don't be having crazy ass issues outside the ring. Don't be having like big periods of inactivity. Sean Porter's consistent, if anything. You know what I'm saying? All these other dudes, the Thurmans, the Spences, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the other guys, they go through these little inactivity periods. They be getting hurt and shit, and not necessarily living the most disciplined lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis having plane, like all types of crazy shit be happening, and it seems like it only happens to them. It seems like that shit be happening only to them. D-Lo 404 said Boots is the top 10 in the WBO. He would have to turn in that that paperwork. Yep. He says Boots is probably going to miss all the current top guys. I won't say, but I hope not. I like him getting action for him. Yeah, for sure. But we don't know if he gonna ever get any action. Guys like Porter, Bud, they had a totally different point of their careers. And only way Ennis, let's be real, only way Ennis will be able to get a fight with any of those dudes is if he becomes a mandatory. If he becomes a mandatory, and that'll be his shot. Nobody's gonna be looking to fight Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis ain't got that much money behind him, and he seems like he has a lot to deal with. Mark Chalombo says Ennis is good, but he probably would never fight Crawford and Spence. I am not sure if they have any, if he would any top six welterweights. It's not a Doug, but he can't bring money to the table yet. Pretty much, bro. Pretty much. Jaron Ennis is in a really tight spot. It seems like, as far as him getting the big fights, is this going to be a guy like Sergey Lipinets that's probably like, really looking for a payday himself, shit like that. Other than that, he gonna have to wait till he get his turn as far as the mandatory, because nobody about to be lined up to fight this kid. Not a lot of money behind him. He's a big, strong kid. He's fast. He got everything going for him, honestly. So yeah, they're not about to be looking to fight Boots Ennis unless they really had to. But if Boots Ennis keep talking shit, he may get what he's looking for. You know what I'm saying? Also, real quick, I heard that Jose Benavidez is now with PBC. So now he's over there with his brother David Benny, and now Jose Benny is over there too. So just to throw it in there, he's supposed to be fighting on the undercard with his brother. That was his PBC debut. He getting some tune-up fights to get in the mix again. It'll be interesting to see how Jose Benavidez looks in comparison to some of the top welterweights from that side. Even though we haven't seen him in a while, and we know he has some problems outside the ring and shit. But it'll be interesting to see how he looks. He only lost against Bud, so we'll see how he looks against some of these other dudes. Okay, yeah, this is. Hold up.
How would you fight him? Whatever he think he can do, I can better. So he's a great fighter, Crawford a great fighter, but it's just different over here. Fast, strong, younger, smarter, defense is way better. He's a great fighter though. I'm taking away from him.
You heard that? He's pretty monotone. He needs to speak up for shit. But yeah, he said what he said. He said he better defensively. He said he's pretty much better at everything Crawford do. He's the better version of Terrence Crawford, basically. he's the whatever he could do, I could do it better. And something like that may have that has to a competitive dude like Bud has to be interested in that. Like, what's this little dude talking about? I want to see if he really believe what he believes. So I think that if the landscape is looking crazy with Spence, if Ugas is still playing kind of, keep away a little bit, Keith Thurman wanting 10 million and all that shit, then Bud may have to look at a guy like Virgil or Ennis. Those are that Ennis fight is a high risk, low reward fight though, because even though Ennis ain't got no money behind him, it's not like he has a big buzz as far as the casual boxing fans neither. So he's really just he's in rock in a hard place. Not to mention, I heard he has something with his management and team, shit like that, promoter or something like, he's in he got a bad deal. It sounds like. So I'm not sure about the exact details I can't remember top of my head exact details, but yeah, Boots Ennis is in a peculiar place, and he just go have to wait it out. Wait till one of these sanctioned bodies give him a fight. Mark Chilombo says Ennis needs Clayton Akhbarov, Ortiz Stanionis, James Lala. Yep, guys to bring his weight up. But I think Boots will do better at 154. Yeah, Boots will eventually be at 154 anyway. He may not even be at welterweight for another year or two. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He seemed like a really disciplined guy, really good genetics and shit. But how much longer is a big welterweight like him going to keep making that weight comfortably? So he may end up moving up. A lot of those guys probably going to end up moving up soon. A lot of those younger welterweights that's pretty big already, they're going to be at 154, 160, and probably anyway. So I expect Boots to he should go after one of these guys, Clayton. I heard that they had some little talks about negotiations or something. Akhbarov, he was supposed to be fighting. Who was he supposed to be fighting? I forgot who he's supposed to be fighting, but he needs to hop in there and take that guy out. Stanionis, I don't know if PBC is willing to feed Stanionis to Boots just yet. They seem like they're trying to build Stanionis up. Jamal James, Shango James, yeah, he ain't got nobody to fight. That's a fight. He was ranked really high in the WBA. So Fox, yeah, I mean, he got some guys he could fight, but it seemed like even these guys are hesitant on pushing the guys to fight Boots. So salute to Sergey Lipinets. He must really need that money. You know what I'm saying? He must really need the money to deal with Boots like that. Salute to winners train, losers complain. I see you in the building. Milani says, I hope that Jaron Boots Ennis is not another Jeff Lacey when the competition thickens. I'm telling you, we still don't know. There's still some things we don't know about Boots yet. You know what I'm saying? We just don't know certain things. But when we watching him, he passes the eye test flying colors. But we don't know how he look when things ain't going his way. When he's in there dealing with a guy that can keep up with him, a guy that's in his face, pressuring him, hitting him. He's not necessarily landing his shots. How could he outthink himself out of a bad situation? We don't know these things. How will he react when he gets hit in the fucking mouth? You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen these things. And when I say get hit in the mouth, I'm talking about hit with a good shot. I'm talking about you damn near buzzed, or you may even get knocked down. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. So we haven't really seen it. Sergey Lipinets looked like he hit him. Man, Jaron Ennis is. I mean, he totally outclassed that guy, man. I mean, that was just a show. That was literally a showcase. Literally. I mean, he couldn't even hurt Boots if he had a hammer in his fucking glove, it seemed like. So, yeah. There's still some things we haven't seen from Boots, and I think there's some guys that could possibly test that. I think there are some guys that could possibly test that. We gotta test that beard. We gotta test that heart. We gotta see what you do when you get hurt. Like all these other guys that we, try to compare them with, we seen them guys get hurt, you know, deal with adversity. We seen these things. But we have yet to see it from Boots Ennis because he's just been so far ahead of the opposition. He's been running through these guys. Just he could probably fight two or three of those dudes in one night with no problem. You know what I'm saying? He said, "I think Olympian is expected to win." He probably did. He probably thought it was all hype. There's always that one guy they don't want to believe in it, don't want to believe the hype, don't want to believe he as good as they say. And he probably was that guy. He probably needed the money too. We haven't seen him in a while since his fight with Clayton. So he probably was thinking like, shit, I'll hop up in there and show everybody what it is. And he got totally dominated. I mean, we never seen Lipinus get beat up outclassed that bad. Ronald Carter says, "Tell Bud to just pull up on Philly and stop by Boost Gym and give him a preview of that ass whooping. He will get him. He will get him. The bag is up for grabs. Boost is very talented, but he ain't ready for Bud. He might not be. We don't know. But I will say, the longer, I mean, if Crawford if Boost is even on his radar at all, he may want to hop on him sooner before later. You know what I'm saying? He may want to hop on him before he gets better and stronger and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Because he's only going to get better, and he's not even close. He's not even really close to 30 yet. So yeah, and Bud is what 33, going to be 34 pretty soon. So he's going to be towards the end of his career before we know it. So yeah, if he wants to have his best chances of dealing with a guy like Jaron Ennis, sometime now will be a good time when he still has his reflexes and everything still really sharp. But we don't know. Bud may still be that guy if Crawford decides to stick around. May be that guy that could fight up to like he's 37, 38 at a high level like Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He really takes care of himself. He takes this shit seriously. He's a disciplined guy. Um, he probably had to be a little bit more defensive, but I think he's a guy. Him and Ennis are guys cut from the same cloth, so to speak. Like they seem like dudes that can really get really creative in there and kind of do whatever the fuck they want to do. You know. Of course, Crawford fought the better opposition. I would like to see Ennis fight a guy like Gary Antoine Russell again. Gary Antoine Russell really, really handled Jaron Ennis very well. Even though that was in the amateur days, that's like the only fight you could see where you see Ennis really not having a just really bad time. Gary Antoine Russell is a pretty underrated fighter. I think. I think he needs more action. Don't do him like he did your brother, his brother Gary. You know what I'm saying? Gary Antoine Russell is a really good fighter. And I think with some momentum, he can make some noise, But I think he's fighting at 140 now. But he gave Boots Ennis really, really good work. Really good. I mean, Boots couldn't do none of that shit. Nothing. Antoine Russell was in his face. Boom. Fast. Boom. Hitting him. Bam, bam, bam. He couldn't do nothing. And I think they fought multiple times, if I'm not mistaken. But that was the amateurs. And Jaron Ennis has improved significantly since those days. So yeah. We go see how this thing plays out for this kid. He says Boots versus Lubin at 154. That's a good fight. Boots. Speaking of Lubin, he got his own promotion company now called Hammer Time Promotions. By the way, so the young King Erickson Lubin out here doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he beat him twice, right? Yep. Okay, yep. 2-1. Yep. I knew they fought multiple times. Yep. He beat him twice and Boots beat him once. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only parameter we have is a style or somebody that could possibly deal with Jaron Ennis. But anybody we've seen in the professional ranks hasn't really been able to be even close to competitive with this kid. You know what I'm saying? Not even close to competitive. Spence versus Boost will be a cool fight. Salute to Mr. Classic Metal in the building. I see you. Yeah, it would be, man. But Jaron Ennis was honest about that. He said, man, he don't think those fights will go happen, really, man. He don't think that shit go happen unless he becomes a mandatory. And Ugas, he's not about to be out here, calling out fighters and shit now. He's one of the guys at the top now, so he may be looking for a Pacquiao rematch and maybe a fight with Spence, but he's still not really looking to fight. But they waiting to see what these guys. What everybody's really waiting on is for Crawford and Porter to fight. They want to see how Terrence Crawford really stacks up against a guy that they see as one of the top guys in the sport, which is Sean Porter. So that's what these guys are waiting for. If Crawford washes Sean Porter, oh man, you gonna hear crickets. They're gonna be quiet. They're not gonna be lining up to fight him next. They're not. They're not gonna be saying, "Oh, I want next. I could beat him." Nah, they're not gonna be doing that. But if Crawford has a hard time with Sean, then guys may start to line up at the door to fight him. They might. You know what I'm saying? They might. They may be second guessing themselves, thinking, "Oh, he may have just had a bad night that night." But I think Crawford's gonna stop Sean. A lot of people think that's pretty crazy, but I think it depends on how Sean approaches the fight. I just don't see him making the full 12 rounds with Bud because he gets hit a lot in his fights, Sean Porter. And from what we know about Bud Crawford, man, he got hammers in his fucking hands. He got hammers for hands. Not too many dudes take them beatings from Bud and be still standing. You know what I'm saying? They don't take many blows from Bud and they don't make it through the fight. The Postal fight was more of a technical boxing match, chess match type of deal. But when Crawford's landing them shots on these guys, man, they don't be lasting. Sean Porter been at the weight class for a long time, over 10 years now, I think. He was originally a middleweight, coming down anyway. The Porter way, and just stylistically, I think Crawford's just a better style. Like I said before, best chance for Porter for really dealing with Bud would have been early on when Crawford first moved up, when he was still a smaller guy. Now he's damn near big as Demetrius Andrade, bigger than Andrade and shit like that. Waited too long. He was already a strong guy, you know what I'm saying? And now you may not have that strength advantage that you originally may have had. Playing around. Yep. That's what happens. But these dudes is already out here. They're looking for ways, man. They're looking for ways to hate. They're looking for ways to downplay the fight. But we go see. Because they hoping that Bud don't outperform Spence. That's the big thing. They hoping that Terrence Crawford don't outperform Sean Porter. You got a lot of dudes going on making poll posts. You got a lot of people thinking that. I mean, we know what's about to fucking happen, dude. I mean, Sean Porter may come up in there and really give Bud a tough fight, but I don't really think his style, what advantages he really has other than the bigger name experience. What real advantages does Sean Porter have over Terrence Crawford in a fight? He don't have the reach advantage. He don't got the speed advantage. He don't got the power advantage. What real advantages do he have? Not to say he can't make it a good fight, but a lot of people seem to believe that a guy that couldn't even beat or knock out Sebastian Formella, a guy that went to war with Adrian Granados, is going to stop Terrence Crawford. I just don't really understand it. I mean, Bud Crawford beat Kell Brook. Sean Porter struggled and lost against Kell Brook. I mean, even though it was different times, still. Kell Brook was still good enough to fuck Bud's eye up, and that jab was looking heavy and sharp before he got mollywopped in the mouth. So, I take it for how you will. The way the fight played out, shit. I mean, Bud just clocked him, mollywopped him with a juke, and that was it. So, Sean Porter and Errol Spence went to war with this guy. So is Crawford really, really that damn good? You know what I'm saying? We go see this Sean Porter fight, and I absolutely cannot fucking wait. I cannot wait for this fight with Bud and Sean Porter. Because it's going to tell us a lot. It's going to tell us a lot. We go see if Bud is really as good as we think. Even for the Bud fans, we're going to really see. I think he's going to show up and be ready, though. See, Crawford ain't like those dudes like Thurman and them who be taking time off and chilling and shit, man. That dude stay ready. Salute to Mark Nash in the building. I see you. Mr. Julio G, I see you, bro. What's going on? He said the only advantage he has is is tying his triple, quadruple Windsor knots. He said Porter used to fight at 168. By the way, he fought Danny Jacobs at Usyk. Yeah, I know. Yep. Yeah. Then he can. Yeah, he did come from super middleweight. You're right. God damn. He was a big ass, little big short, a short, stocky little super middleweight. Then you know what I'm saying? He's melting down to 147. How much longer could he do it? Terrence Crawford is getting reported $6 million for this fight. You know, his purse $6 million. Sean Porter is like getting like 4 or something like that. It's a career high purse for both guys, I believe. Well, I know it's for Bud, but that's not including pay per views either. So it's up to the fans to go out and support this fight, man. Don't be streaming that shit, man. Straight up. Don't be streaming this fight. Do not stream this fight. Y'all got PlayStations and shit where they be having the fights advertised. Hit that button on there, man. Don't stream the fight with Crawford and Porter. Because we need this fight to do good on pay per view too. We need the numbers to do well because you know boxers like to be really political with the numbers when they don't want to fight tough fighters. So if the numbers are good, then that really puts pressure on these other guys. Like, man, what's your excuse? You can't say the pay per view didn't do good. The pay per view did 500,000. That's better than what y'all did. You know, you can't. You know, we gotta kill all. We gotta leave no holes for excuses and bullshit. So yeah, support the fight, man. Classic Metal says Crawford versus Porter. I think the referee will stop that one before they. I'm telling you, man. I see Crawford stopping this dude. He's gonna be punching in between them, all types of shit, working his body. That's what Booth said too. The way to beat Porter would be working his body and just really sticking his jab out in his face. You know what I'm saying? And in later rounds, step to him. You know what I'm saying? So we could see that. We could possibly see that. I mean, it's not like Sean Porter's an invincible, unbeatable fighter, but however, in the big fights that he was in, man, he's always right there with those guys. He was right there, always with them. In the big fights, the big name guys, there was no big separation from anybody. Sean Porter's right there with him. So if Terrence Crawford goes out there and truly separates himself from Sean Porter, that is a massive statement that must not be downplayed. Hit that like button. Because Sean Porter went to war with Keith. That was a split decision. Danny Garcia. I mean, a lot of people said Danny should have won the fight. It was competitive. Sean won unanimous decision that one. Really competitive. Ugas, same thing. You know, a lot of people said Ugas won. Competitive. So Crawford goes out there and just truly separates himself. And on Errol Spence fight, you know, a lot of people say the knockdown was the difference in the fight for Spence. You know, a lot of people feel Porter was winning that fight, a majority of those rounds. Actually, in that fight, and Spence didn't get no calls on it. And I know y'all seen it. A lot of people act like he was beating the shit out of Sean Porter's dick. You know, with them low blows, he was beating the shit out of his shit. Like, bam, uppercutting him, hitting him in the balls and shit. He was beating the shit out of Sean. You know what I'm saying? And Sean Porter was still just standing like a machine, like nothing was happening. You know what I'm saying? It's just pretty crazy. So Crawford stopping this dude, don't letting it go the full duration of the fight will be a massive statement, and it really is gonna put these dudes on notice. Will Crawford bump Canelo from the number 1 pound for pound spot if he beats Porter? Will we give him that? You know, some may say, "Oh well, you know, Porter lost a lot of times already. Porter was never that good anyway. Oh, he was just a gatekeeper." Why? They go start saying shit like that. If Crawford gets catapulted to number 1 pound for pound again over Canelo Alvarez, watch the outrage. Watch the outrage. These dudes are gonna be freaking out. But hey, he's an active fighter.
He's a great fighter though. I think that's away from him. But you gotta, for him, you gotta outthink him, and then outpoint him, outsmart him, alter him a little bit, touch that body, and that's how you get him. Thanks, Boots. I appreciate it.
Yep. So that's what Boots said. How you beat Bud. It sounds easy. He makes it sound so easy, right? He make it sound so easy, like you just go up in there, you know, waltz up in there and hit him upside his head, mollywop him. You know, He made it sound so casually easy, but we all know it won't be that damn easy. Will Jaron Ennis have a strength advantage over Bud in the fight? We never seen Bud get muscled around by anybody in the ring. Nobody. Nobody. Will Boots be able to muscle around, or will Bud be muscling Boots around? We just need to see Boots hit in the mouth and overcome a little adversity. Be up in there with somebody that can really give him a real test. I mean, we could say Jaron Ennis is good, great, and all of that, but we do need to see him in there tested against at least a group of solid guys or just a really really good guy. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, the guys he's been beating on, I mean, just nothing for him. Absolutely nothing. Not even close. But if he was to fight a Jamal James, a Custio Clayton, some dudes like that, then they'll tell us a lot more. But hey, that's what he's supposed to say. He's supposed to believe in himself, and that's what a young fighter's supposed to do. I wouldn't expect him to say anything less. Oh well, no, I can't beat Bud right now. I'm not ready for him. He's better than me in every way, and I'm not just quite there yet. No, I don't expect him to say that punk ass shit. So yeah, I'm glad he said what he said. He got to keep his name out there in the mix. Crawford Porter's going to be a fight with a lot of traction, a lot of buzz, and it was a good way for him to kind of throw. Hey, look, I could beat both of these dudes. You know. Let's see these comments. Yep. Mark Nash says they say Porter is battle tested, but after the loss, it'll be labeled as wear and tear. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Just wait for him, man. We know how this shit go. There's gonna be a lot of excuses and shit like that. If Sean Porter gets his head beat in. But let's just say this. If the fight with Sean Porter is super competitive to the point where it's a split decision win for Bud, or controversial win, or him even losing, what's the narrative gonna be? Well, Crawford wasn't as good as they said. He was overrated. I see. I told you he was fighting nothing but bums, and finally find somebody good. He got his ass whooped. That's what they gonna be saying. They say all the pressure is on Bud too in this fight. No pressure on Sean at all. And that may be true. Crawford gonna always have that pressure on him to perform and to perform well. And he's done good thus far. He's probably been about as consistent as a fighter since Floyd, if I'm honest. And what I say by that, I mean showing up for these fights. Of course, Floyd had a few. He had that controversial fight with Castillo, the first one. I thought he washed Maidana both times, but whatever. He always rematched dudes whenever they was close. He always rematched guys. He didn't run off like a punk. But um, but he ain't got no marquee names yet as far as the big names. But I think names could be overrated sometimes, so that shit don't matter to me. But we gonna see what he doing against Porter. It's gonna tell us a lot, and it's gonna change the whole landscape of the division. The division is changing right before our eyes, people. Guys like Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, they starting to wane out now. And the Stanionis and all these young guys are gonna be the new faces of the division soon. That's why a lot of them dudes playing around, being political, running around each other. They should have fought. They all should just be fighting each other because there's not no. This ain't forever. This boxing shit. So you got to fight at these fights at the right time and shit, and But a lot of these fights don't happen due to business reasons too. Sometimes it really is just business. But for me, good business is making the best fights. Making the best fights. But if Bud loses to Porter or struggles or even, some type of split decision type of fight, it's going to be a um, shitstorm of backlash. He was never that good. He lost to sorry Sean Porter. Blah blah blah. It's gonna be all that because that's what they already mad at the fact that the fight is happening too. They wanted to keep up the narrative that Bud ain't fought nobody. He don't want to fight him. They really wanted to keep up that narrative. That's what they wanted to do. But unfortunately for them, Crawford ain't what they think he is. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why they think this dude's sweet or some shit to where he don't want to fight no motherfucking body. I mean, that's pretty crazy to me. But Sean Porter's that first guy. Now, I do question though, would this fight have had happened if the WBO didn't step in? You know what I'm saying? WBO kind of made this fight happen, man. And I expect all the sanctioned bodies to follow suit. But a lot of these sanctioned bodies are in bed with these fighters like Canelo. WBC ain't about to make Canelo do nothing he don't want to do. Remember what happened last time? Canelo got mad, threw a fit, didn't want to talk to him no more. They started kissing his ass again. You know what I'm saying? So these sanctioned bodies, they can't have these relationships with these fighters like that because it's a conflict of interest and all types of other shit, and it starts to look like some corrupt bullshit. But see, these sanctioned bodies, a lot of these Latino dudes running that shit. So they probably don't have those relationships with the Black American fighters anyway. Yeah, we gonna make y'all motherfuckers fight. You know what I'm saying? But salute to them for making the fight though. And salute to Top Rank and PBC for not fucking this up. You know what I'm saying? Because they was on board to fucking it up. It's about to crash right into that damn iceberg. But they hurried up and got the shit fixed and they steered off to the other side. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Boots Ennis is doing what he's supposed to do. He's talking that good shit. Whatever Bud could do, I could do it better. I'm defensively better. I got more speed. Blah blah blah. That's what he's supposed to do. Milani says Bud is going to knock Porter out in dramatic fashion, but they will say Porter has declined and is no longer in his prime. Yeah, that's what they gonna say. Hey, you ain't lying about that, Mr. Classic Metal. Very confusing guy. Okay? Very confusing dude. He's very, very he's a strange guy. You know what I'm saying? Just a strange guy. That's all I can say about the dude, man. Strange. I don't understand him sometimes. He don't seem like a guy that you could truly trust. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. When guys like that, you all over the place, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is it? Like, what are you really on? You know? Pound for pound, Terrence Bud Crawford says November 20th, Porter's getting KO'd. He will be the first Al Haymon PBC welterweight head to roll. Oh, man, those bars, man. Yeah, see, a lot of people salute to WJ Lucky. A lot of people see Crawford stopping Porter, man. It's not just your boy Bushido. There's a lot of people that see that shit. But the Spence fans and the Crawford skeptics, they don't believe that Kumite can get the job done. I think he gonna stop him. He's on a knockout streak. That's what he do. That's what he do. And Sean Porter's style, oh man, oh my god. If Sean Porter's style is just, he don't have the speed advantage or nothing. Like, oh my god, it's gonna be a good fight though because he comes to fight. But he's also there to be hit and there to beat up on too. Crawford, that's what he does best is beat up on you. He will beat up on you. Yeah, Picasso, but when they would move the goalposts, it depends on how he wins. If Crawford stops him, oh my god, that's the ultimate statement. That's the ultimate statement. It's gonna be crickets and shit for a little minute. They gonna find something else. They gonna find something. But it's gonna be crickets for a while if Crawford totally outclasses or stops Sean Porter. It's gonna be crickets. And these other dudes are gonna be really, really, really hesitant. Crawford may overdo things and he may not get those fights because they was already hesitant on fighting him anyway. Sean Porter had to show him how it's done. And they may fuck him up even more if he beat him up too bad. If he beats him up too bad, shit. Pound for pound, Terrence Bud Crawford says, Boots talking out his. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what he go do, man. That's what the young fighters do. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to. I don't expect him to say nothing less. You know what I'm saying? These are warriors, man. He ain't supposed to sit here and be like, he'd be like, yeah, I respect you and shit like that. You're a great fighter, but I could beat you. It's nothing, See, the thing with fighting though, it's not like basketball where yeah, I can hoop you, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? With fighting, it's a little bit more personal, a little bit more emotional because it's fighting. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I look at it like basketball. Shit, we just competitors going at it. I could beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean like I want to kill you. I hate you. And all that. Fighting gets a little personal though. So I could understand that. Young billionaire said Bud gonna have to see that dude. Hey, the pressure is on for Bud to win by stoppage. It is. It is. The pressure gonna be on. The good thing about Bud, he don't let that shit get to him. He don't say anything to put pressure on himself. He just say, "I'm coming out to get the victory." It's boring. It's lame. It's dull. I know, but you don't want to put no extra pressure on yourself. And when you a guy, you got to look at it like this too, people. When you a top fighter that's been around for a while, there's a lot of footage and videos and shit on you. You always got a constant bull's eye on your back. Everybody always, well, some guys scared of the boogeyman, but normally you always have a bull's eye on your back. There's a lot of footage of you out there because there's a lot of just film, from years and years. A lot of points. Crawford got almost 40 fights. Yeah, so there's a lot of footage out there for these guys to study on in ways and holes they may see that they feel they could exploit. He's dealing with that's dealing with a lot when you're a top guy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's watching your shit. Everybody's watching you. Everybody's watching your moves, your training videos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a constant struggle. Not just the actual fight itself, but just being a man, being a guy, being a champ. Some guys can't handle that shit. That's why I felt it was best if Lomo had a BT up. Why? Because Lomo is a proven champion. He wasn't gonna move like a hoe. Teofimo Lopez is fucking almost shit himself just talking about fighting these guys. He can't handle the pressure of being the man. The bull's out on his back. He wasn't ready for it yet. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was going to take over, but he's getting taken over by the moment. He can't handle it. So that's a whole thing within itself. Being a man, being a guy that everybody's looking to fight, guy that everybody's studying. You know what I'm saying? These guys, these guys that you may feel that's a bum or whatever, they've been studying the shit out of you, and they may have a good game plan to even give you a tough time. So it's really hard being a reigning champion, an undefeated champion. That's not really an easy feat. So we can't really downplay that. Fans like to tend to downplay the undefeated guys. Oh well, he fought this guy this time. Oh, but it's not necessarily easy to get out of a combat sport undefeated. It's just so many different things that come into play. You may not be feeling good. You may got a shit. Your head might have been hurting. Your hands might have been hurting. Your ankle might be hurting. Your thigh, anything, and you can't perform like it. It's a lot that should deal with a fighter, man. That's why these guys got to be respected at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't easy. Yeah, Bud has that killer instinct, Sybil. He has that killer instinct. Do Jaron Ennis got that killer instinct? Do we? I don't know. We haven't seen him get hit in the fucking mouth. I'm talking about getting hit in the mouth, dealing with some adversity, and then coming back, stopping the dude. He don't got to play out like that. Not every fight's gonna play out in that type of way, but I need to see some adversity being dealt with, and I need to see him get hit in the mouth, and then I'll be like, okay, Jaron Ennis is a major problem. But yeah, he's already looking like a problem anyway. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it or cap. That motherfucker look like a serious problem. You know what I'm saying? But there's a few things we need to see. We need to see him deal with some real adversity, some resistance, an opponent that can match him, an opponent that can that's not gonna be deterred by what he's doing in the ring. And we need to see him get hit in the fucking mouth, man. Grayline Jones says Bud is going to show out in this fight, and you're going to see something special from Bud. 402 all day north side. He's from Omaha, Nebraska. Salute, bro. Yeah. Crawford go show up and show out, man. He's been waiting for this. He's excited for this. Those other fights, Bud wasn't too excited for him. The Mean Machine, the Sean Paul, the Kell Brook fight. He wasn't. He didn't even sign a contract to that Kell Brook fight to the very last minute. He didn't even really. He wasn't interested in those fights, but he had to fight somebody. But this one, man, we may see the best Bud today, y'all. We may see he had time off. He had a good amount of time off. He's already been a pretty consistent fighter. He got more fights than all these dudes. But he had a little bit of time off to let whatever injuries he had heal up. He's been staying in the gym all the time, improving. And yeah, time rest is needed. So we may see the best Terrence Crawford against Sean Porter. Plus, Sean Porter's style just makes for an exciting fight. It's not gonna be like Andre Berto where he's not able to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And looking at the ref, Crawford's gonna be able to handle that. They're gonna have a good game plan for Sean Porter, I think. Mr. Classic Metal says the most fair governing bodies are the IBF and WBO. Official Hanso uploaded a video about it today. Yeah, he do some really, really good editing work, Official Hanso. But yeah, they are. They're the most honest sanctioned bodies, IBF and WBO. They do right by the sport. WBO do a little bullshit sometimes, what Bob ordered. But for the most part, they're nowhere near as bad as WBC and WBA. And IBF, they on a whole nother thing on their own. They don't seem to be getting into none of those fuckery in boxing. They're a little bit almost too strict sometimes. Candy Slim says, respectfully, Booth only fought mofos who stood right in front of him. Easy to hit with little return fight. Gotta admit, he looks the part though. Yeah, he do, bro. But you telling the truth. He been in there with a lot of guys that really just can't keep up with him. Can't keep up with him, can't deal with him. Can't match him athletically. We seen, like I said, last time we seen him deal with a guy that can match him was in the amateurs, and that was Gary Antoine Russell. Totally different style from Boots, but I think his style matched up well against him. He had a really good style, pressure style, a lot of punches, really accurate, just really good. Gary Antoine Russell. But other than that, Boots been washing the opposition, just destroying these dudes. D-Lo 404 Box says today Porter is battle tested. If he loses, he was shop worn. Yep, I'm telling you, bro. Wait, we already know how this goes. If Bud Crawford looks too good against Porter, they are going to downplay the shit out of that fight. They don't want they won't be able to give him credit. They may come out early and give him credit because they have to. And they don't want to look like a buster, but eventually they're gonna start to hate again. They're gonna start to hate again. Yeah. The problem with Crawford is that he's so damn versatile. He could deal with all kinds of styles. He stopped multiple points with body shots. I'm telling you, man. That's right, Mr. Classic Metal. Very versatile. I think you could beat Crawford though by getting into his head or trying to get into his head. If you're a guy that can really get under his skin, it's a risk. I think I said this before, but it's a risk. You may be risking of getting your fucking soul snatched, but I think that's the way you beat him too, because he's that type of guy that you hit him, he's gonna have to hit you back. If you outdoing him, he's gonna have to outdo you back, and that could play into his detriment if Crawford, if you a guy to get in his head. But if he's fighting a disciplined fight like he did against Postal and some of these other dudes, man, you ain't beating that dude, man. You ain't beating him. But if you can get into Bud's head and lure him into a fight of your fight, you could really, that'd be your best chance to deal with him. Ronald Carter said Bud is going to put Sean in an announcer's chair permanently. He probably will, man. He says Gary will maul Jaron like a bear. Man, Gary Antoine is very good, man. Peter Fresco salute. He says Boost is my favorite boxer, but he better cut it out. He ain't ready for Bud. Yeah, a lot of people don't think he's ready. Some think he is ready, but we just don't know. There's uncertainty. We just don't know. We don't know how he reacts when he get hit in the fucking mouth. Yes, they are, Mr. Classic Metal. They are doing a very lousy job handling Gary Antoine Russell's career. What is going on with the Russells, bro? You figure a boxing family like that will be like one of the biggest dudes on the East Coast, like selling out the East Coast and shit, like the DMV area and shit. Like, what is going on, man? Yeah, they coming for Crawford throat. They coming for him. They go come for him. They go. They been coming for him. They been coming for him. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Damone Daniels. Sean Porter has eliminated the side of the street mess with PBC fighter. Salute to Sean Porter. That's right. Sean Porter said Candyman 5 times in the mirror, and now he has come. Sean Porter was the first one to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the dude, like, man, salute to fucking Sean, man. Salute to Sean. D-Lo 404 says Boost doesn't have to be ready for Bud. You know why? Because Porter is fighting Bud. Not my boy YSM Sports Media. Y'all go subscribe to my boy YSM Sports Media. He's the one with the interview with the news that Boost Ennis says he could do whatever Bud could do, but better. Y'all go subscribe to his channel and go watch his video. I got the link in the description. He says there's a new boogeyman in boxing, Jaron Ennis. You know the Blood Brigade ain't hearing that. They ain't hearing that. Jaron Ennis, he gonna have to prove his worth. He has to show us the work. He ain't show us the work yet. He passed the eye test, but he didn't show us the work. Salute to my man Sanctus, Deuce Corroa. What's going on, man? Yeah, Boo's gonna get his shot though. He's definitely gonna get his shot. He just gotta wait. It may not be against these guys. It may not be against the Porters, the Crawfords, the Thurmans. Maybe if Thurman's still looking for a payday, sticking around or something, or Danny or somebody sticking around. Maybe if somebody's still sticking around, but it's looking like he may not get those opportunities, man, unless it's mandated. He needs to try to fight Virgil Ortiz or somebody to snatch his spot. Pito says Ennis is a boogeyman because he beat Lipinets. Yeah, Gary Antoine should do some type of tournament. Is there a new tournament coming up or something? Because if so, then he needs to get up in there. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get up in there and increase his profile. But he is a 140 pounder now, though. So I think Boots kind of outgrew him, too. Boots is a really big 147. Oh, wow. I got your name right. Okay. All right. I didn't think I got it right. Oh, man. Oh, they don't like that boogeyman comment, YSM. They think that's cap, man. They don't think Boots the boogeyman just yet. He ain't the boogeyman just yet. Is Boots the boogeyman to your boy Bushido? He's a baby boogeyman. He ain't the boogeyman till he got a belt, and then they still won't fight him. That's when you're really the boogeyman. Boo Andre, he's a boogeyman. Of course, there may be some shit that we not privy to, but whatever the case may be, it appears that these guys don't want no smoke. You know, to be a official boogeyman, you got to be a champion for a certain amount of time, and guys still don't want to fight you. But as of right now, he's a baby boogeyman. Yeah, he's a baby boogeyman. I'll give him that because it's looking like he's going to be a full-grown boogeyman soon. YSM says send the link and let me cook. All right, I got you, bro. Oh man, hold on, I'm sending this chat real quick. Yeah, Philly, he go ride for Philly, man. He said Devin Haney is a boogeyman. Yeah, he is. He is. Wow. He says Sanctus says Boots no more the boogeyman than Spence was a contender. Wow. Damone Daniels says a true boogeyman has mandatories, not exercising title shots. Wait, hold up. Peter Frescobar says I've seen Ennis struggle with that Russian kid from Brooklyn. Ennis was winning, but didn't know what to do when he couldn't knock him out. He not ready. Wow. I'm trying to think what fight was that. You no, it can't be Lippiness. He ain't from New York or nothing. He ain't from Brooklyn or nothing. Oh, he said he still stopped that Russian kid. Okay. Ronald Carter says, I seen Boots dance in the ring, so he can't boogeyman. Oh man. Yep, that's the nature of the game. You know what I'm saying? Boots Ennis is doing what he's supposed to do, attaching his name um, to guys like Crawford and Porter. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. Salute to YSM for getting that that helps Ennis. When you ask those questions, when you're able to get those interviews, those exclusive interviews, that only helps him. Because about 12, 14,000 people watched that interview. It is less than 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? So that many more people now know who Jaron Ennis is, and he needs to do more of that. And my boy YSM Sports Media got the scoop. Yep. D-Lo 404 says contenders can be boogeyman like Luis Ortiz, Paul Williams, Spence, etc. Boost is at the door. Spence was a boogeyman early on. He was. He was. Keith Thurman then was trying to high side on him. Of course, Boots was Spence was only a 15-0 prospect at the time, but yeah, he was labeled a boogeyman at one point until he became the man. Then he started moving different. In this verse, Ortiz, will it ever happen? Probably. If it was to happen, it'll probably be at 154. I don't think they're really trying to fight each other right now. They're probably trying to save that fight for later. You know what I'm saying? You know, these fighters, boxers in America today, they don't fight now and later. You know, they don't do that too much. You know, it's too much of a risk today. It seems like. I don't think fighters and boxers in general are too confident enough in the sport for them to take the risk that they should be taking, or the fighters from yesterday used to take. You know, fighters from yesterday they fought multiple times. You know what I'm saying? But of course, today there's so much more shit going on too with social media. People just doing so many different things now. You know, boxing really has to do do things outside the box just to get people's attention. Guys like Jake Paul and shit, Conor McGregor. You know, guys that's not even really boxers got to come over here for boxing for it to get some real attention. You know what I'm saying? So that's why these fighters in boxing they got to be fighting each other. The best fighters and the best fight has to be made on a consistent basis. So the casual public who may be swayed away from boxing could get back into boxing. Like, man, they fight all these top fights. Who is these guys? That it was a championship fight again. Oh, this fight. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? You got to be consistent with it. Like the UFC. UFC is very consistent. Ronald Carter says, shout out to Jaron Ennis. I got fam from Philly. He's going to have a great career. Yeah, it's all love, bro. It's all love, man. And Jaron Ennis, man, that motherfucker cold as hell. We're not going to sit here and bash Ennis, act like he's some bum. You know, there's a few things we need to see from him. You know what I'm saying? But based off the eye test, man, the kid is phenomenal. Like just like probably a generational type talent. Honestly, just based off the eye test, it could be a generational talent, man. We just need to see a few intangible things. 1 second, you guys. My bad. I'm back. Let's see. Sanctus says Jake Paul calls out washed up MMA fighters, not boxing. He knows time. Yeah, he do. He do. Yep. Damone Daniels. He says everyone wants to protect their undefeated record like Floyd and has stopped the best fighting the best. Um, and the biggest fights from happening. Ducking generation of boxing. Yep. Oh, here come YSM Sports Media in the building, you guys. Welcome YSM Sports Media to the dojo. What's going on, man?
There's a new boogeyman in boxing, man.
There's a new boogeyman.
New boogeyman, yo.
So you say Boots is the new boogeyman, huh?
Yeah. Hey, to the guy Pito, I was at that fight. Kid was like undefeated. I think he was like 14-0. He was a good, tough dude. He still got stopped though.
Mm.
And that's what he does. Like, you can give him a tough fight, he's still gonna knock you out. And as far as the comments in regards to Bud, a lot of Bud fans don't want to hear this, but it's the truth though. When you look at Terrence Crawford and you look at Jaron Ennis looks like a souped up version of Terrence Crawford. Now, let's be honest, we haven't even seen the best Bud at 47 because this is not Bud at its best. Bud is edging out, like he's at the tail end of his prime, like he's leaving out his prime. All the best work wasn't on TV when he was icing dudes on his way up to 35.
Right.
I mean, he's really 130. Like he was a big 35er. Boots started his career at 47. Bud started his career at 35. So they're not the same size. Like Boots is a naturally bigger man. Boots, I would say, is faster than Bud. And because he's naturally bigger, he's stronger and punches harder. And he also switches. So I'm not saying that he's a better fighter than Terrence Crawford right now. No. Like Terrence Crawford is top 3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world based off of his accolades and all that. But if we're just going to look at attributes, he's a souped-up version of Terrence Crawford. And if fans can't see that, you're either like delusional or you're just biased.
I mean, I honestly can't. I can't disagree. You know what I'm saying? I always felt that like Boots was like a souped up version of Bud to a degree. You know, he could do a lot of the things. He could switch and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But there's still some intangible things that we need to see from Boots. I need to see Boots get hit in the mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that comes with time. Like you still got guys out there that saying Bud ain't never been tested.
Shit.
Don't act like you don't see that too.
What? That he ain't been tested?
You got dudes out there. Yeah, you got dudes out there that saying this is Bud's first real test. I don't think that. I think his first real test, like real test, was Victor Postal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he
damn near felt like it was his first.
He watched Victor Postal.
Yeah. Yep. He says Ronald Carter said Boots probably is that, but without the mean streak. Do Boots got Terrence Crawford's killer edge?
What, in the ring?
Yeah, is he that killer?
Listen, outside the ring, probably the nicest kid you'll ever meet. Humble, quiet, like just a good kid. Inside that ring, bro, I didn't see him get dudes out of there and spar. Like, bro, he got a switch, and if he flicks that switch on you, that's your ass. Bud, I think, is just a naturally mean person.
The chip on your shoulder type of dude.
Yeah, Bud is a naturally mean dude. Like every time I see him, he got a scowl.
He's a scowl.
Yeah. You can't really walk up on him. You know, doing interviews, you can't really walk up on Bud.
Right.
You better he better know you.
Yep. Yeah, see, I won't walk up on Bud ask for no interview. I won't even do it. He's not approachable, and that's one of my biggest beefs with him. He's not. He needs to be more approachable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't really, I get it. Some people are not really people, but when you're a guy that's got to get the people's attention, well, you might want to be somewhat of a people. You know,
Yeah.
he's not really approachable. Graylin Jones said
No,
Bud is still
no,
in his prime. We go see. I think he
I
is.
don't.
I think he is.
I
Yeah,
don't
of
think so.
course. Yeah, I think so.
Are people going to say Floyd was in his prime when he fought Canelo?
Floyd was 37 though.
Just because you yeah, but I'm saying just because you undefeated, right? Just because you undefeated and still like whooping on people's ass don't mean you're in your prime. He's just that good.
Well, shit, he didn't take too much damage throughout his career. Not no injuries and no layoffs. He's only 33, and 33 today is different from 33 yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got a lot of fights though.
Yeah.
Like, look at the bull Spence, right? Do Spence got 30 fights yet?
No.
Exactly.
He's almost there though now.
What's Spence record? Is he like 26, 27 0?
Something like that. He's the same as Boots, I think. I think they got the same amount of fights. They got the same amount of fights. I think this is going to be Sean Porter's. How many fights he got? I think he got like 30 some fights. I guess that's a lot today in boxing. Back in the day, these dudes had hundreds of fights and 60, 70, 80 fights. Nowadays, man, it seems like 50 fights is a lot. But shit, Deontay Wilder got fucking damn near 50 fights and shit.
Yeah, when you when you don't have a big promoter starting out, if you're starting out on your own, them dudes be fighting like once a month.
Mm-hmm.
It's the dudes that are signed out the gate. They fight on bigger cards and they're not as active. If you look, Wilder got all those fights. Boots got a lot of fights. Canelo had a lot of fights. It's always those guys.
Mm-hmm. He says Bud talks to the regular people over media people.
I don't really see Bud. Like, I've been around Bud a couple times. I don't really see him talking to regular people either.
I don't either, bro. I don't either. He needs to. I figure he would have kind of broke through that a little bit over the time. You know what I'm saying? Some people just ain't comfortable doing things that they just really don't like to do. But you figure that he'll get comfortable doing it or trying to be a little bit more accessible to the fans. But boxing fans can be brutal. If you go to his Twitter, they be coming for him, and he be going back and forth with them too and shit. So he probably look at the fans and shit in general as toxic and fuck y'all. Y'all don't understand what we go through. That's probably how he look at fans in general. You know what I'm saying? He's probably one of them dudes that if he don't really care about what you're saying or he don't really respect you unless you know what these guys go through. But he will have to break through that shit and forget about it. It is what it is.
Can I issue a question to the Bud Brigade?
Yeah, yeah, they in the building. They listening.
The Bud Brigade. All right, so people are giving respect to Sean Porter as you should. Sean Porter, Sean Porter's a dog. But you also have to give respect to Al Heyman for letting this fighter go over there. Now, for the Bud Brigade, Al Heyman lets one of his top welterweights go over to fight Bud on ESPN. When is Bob Arum going to let one of those dudes come over to PBC? When's T.O. coming
over? Man, do T.O. want to fight though?
Is he going to let?
I don't know if T.O. really want to fight.
I know, but I'm just saying everybody puts the pressure on PBC to have their fighters come over. Like when is somebody else going to come?
Honestly, bro, you know where that really stems from? That attitude about that? is the fact that those guys early on was saying we our own boss, we could do this, we could do that. So that's why the Blood Brigade and boxing fans that may be feeling indifferent about PBC, that's why they feel that way. Because those guys, they was talking about how they
Okay,
could do what they
so
want to do, they their own boss, blah blah blah.
all right, so
So
if you ever looked at the Al Heyman contract, you know that's not true, right? For anybody, Al has final say so over everything. If they sign with a promoter, when they fight, where they fight, everything, right? So I've seen Vasil Lomachenko in the zone. I've seen Jose Ramirez in the zone. When is a top ranked fighter going to come over and fight on PBC? Now you're seeing a PBC. This is Bud's fourth PBC fighter or fourth Al
mhm.
Heyman fighter. Is it not Cheeto?
Mhm.
All right. So when is somebody going? When are the fans going to put pressure on Bob? When is Shakur coming over? When is Inoue coming over?
Mm.
When is Ramirez coming over? When is Josh Taylor coming over? I'm just saying, the door swings both
Mhm.
ways. If you're gonna put pressure on one, let's put pressure on the other one.
Yeah. But hopefully this is the beginning of a new beginning. Hopefully this fight being made is the beginning of something new. Because really, Bob came out himself and said we gotta do business with each other. We want to make the best fights. Hopefully he really means that. I don't really believe too much Bob say, but hopefully he really means that. If anything, you know what I'm saying? Because the
I'm,
sports needs some of the best fighters are spread out.
Shido, it would work good if when we did co-promote and when we did get together, you actually lived up to your end of the bargain, and I don't have to take you to arbitration for you to live up to the contract that you signed. That would work good.
Yeah,
All you
but to be
top ranked
honest,
fanboys,
to
you
be fair
Bud
to
fans,
Bob
that would
though,
work
bro,
good.
to be fair to Bob though, I think that was all Fury, dog. We know that was Fury
Hey,
on that
hey,
bullshit, bro.
hey, hey. Are you still accountable? He's your fighter.
Yeah, because he dealing with Fury, so yeah. But we know
I'm just
Fury.
saying.
Nobody can control or predict what Tyson Fury is gonna do. Nobody, not even his
Hey,
dad.
hey, Sanctus. Loma went over to fight Gary Russell because they won the purse bid, bro. Try again.
He
Try
said,
again. I'm talking about willingly. He won the purse bid, Sanctus. I know you remember that. That fight was for the vacant because what is it? What's the dude's name that Loma lost to? Salido was overweight, so the title went vacant, and then they had a purse bid. Al won, and then he fought. I'm talking about a dude goes over there. They made a deal before the purse bid. True Shiro, Al and Bob made a deal in the purse bid with Sean and Porter. I'm sorry, Sean and Crawford. I want to see that. I want to see a top ranked fighter go over to PBC and fight. Because I've seen Crawford fight Thomas Delorme. I've seen Crawford fight Felix Diaz. Now he's fighting Sean Porter. Those are all PBC fighters.
Carlos Molina. Yeah,
Oh
he
shit!
fought.
Yeah, John Molina, right?
Yeah, John Molina.
So this is the fourth one. Okay, can we get Shakur? Can we get
Who?
Lomachenko?
But let's be honest though. Who looking to fight Shakur though? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's lining up to fight Shakur though. Nobody.
Um,
We know Tank ain't out here
I
talking
mean,
shit. Like, hey, I want to fight
I
him. I
would
want to
like
fight
to,
him.
I would like to see Shakur beat up on Chris Colbert.
Yeah, I would too. Actually, yeah, that fight should happen. That fight should happen
Or how about,
'cause they both
or how about
talked about it.
Shakur fight? Yeah, Shakur fights Gary. Um, Maybe we get Josh Taylor versus Ugas.
That'd be good. But man,
Then
I
he
don't
moves
know
up
if
to
Bob gonna
47.
be Bob. I don't see Bob sending some of his like champions over there like that. See, Sean isn't necessarily a champion or anything right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Bob just sending Taylor, T.O., even Shakur just over there like that. I think Bob's going to try to play it by we on ESPN and we got to give a certain amount of this and that and the third. You know what I'm saying? Boxing Syndicate, salute. Y'all go subscribe to my boy Boxing Syndicate. He says PBC fighters don't try to cross the street, minus Porter. They said PBC sends their underlings.
I'm noticing there's like a trend with Terrence Crawford fans. And I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. I see the dude Pito Frescobar, that's a corny ass name, by the way. He was talking shit. He called me a Boots groupie. Yeah. Just because that's my young boy, I'm a groupie now. All right. Okay, cool. Everybody plays that side of the street, man, right? When it's convenient for them. See, why can't Devin Haney get a fight at 35 with one of Bob's guys? See, people want to point out one side of the argument, but when you point, that another finger points back. It's like Dev can't get a fight with T.O., can't get a fight with Loma. They even had Loma requests for the franchise. But all people focus on is will PBC send their fighters to other places? Like, we got to put pressure on everybody. See, when I'm noticing a trend that we don't want boxing to be fair. We want boxing to be what we want it to be. if somebody can come up with a legitimate argument on why Dev can't get T.O. or Lomachenko in the ring, please do.
Yeah. I mean, Bob gonna have to start playing fair. You know what I'm saying? Al sending one of his premier champions over there. So when Al wants to fight, Bob, you got to do me this solid. And we letting y'all run the pay-per-view. So you got to do us this solid. If we want to fight, who's the top lightweight over there? Shit, Bob got so many guys. I don't think Bob would be willing to give away like guys like Inoue and them like that. There'll have to be like a joint promoted type of thing. I think if he was, you know what I'm saying. But,
there's nothing wrong with anything joint promoted. Like, bro, Deontay Wilder didn't have to fight Tyson Fury.
He
didn't have to. Now, if you want to say that, yeah, they not giving up. PBC don't always give up their top guys. I mean, that's the truth. But Bob don't give up anybody. And that's the point. That's the point that I'm making. Like, everybody's is critical in the comments, but Bob's not giving up anybody. Nobody's going over there. One hand washes the other. So if we're going to be fair, right? And the only dude that plays ball completely, if we're going to be honest, is Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn will send anybody anywhere. He'll send one of his dudes to fight on a fucking battleship.
Yep. Right. Yeah, Eddie Hearn do be like sending his guys everywhere. So I mean, like I said, I hopefully. Oh shit, Pito Frescobar says he got 5 bands. Bud beats your boy.
Put it up. My name is Will Parker on Facebook. Put it up.
Oh.
Put it up. As far as saying this, no, bro. This no Wilder fought Eric Molina, Artur Spilka, who else? Dominic Brazil, Gerald Washington, all those guys. He fought all those guys. Did he really have to fight Fury? Or could he just take the Joshua fight? Like, y'all got to make it make sense, yo. Tyson Fury was never a draw before Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury was like an afterthought. Like, come on, y'all. Like, be fair. Oh, he's a New York dude. That makes sense why he's a lame, bro.
Oh, New York and Philly dudes be
Oh my gosh.
Oh, y'all got see y'all beefing already. Y'all didn't even
Y'all New York niggas is the corniest motherfuckers alive, yo.
Man, Philly, I heard Philly and New York got some type of beef, man. Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, yeah, but all right, so D-Lo. Eddie picks his spots, but I've seen Eddie send guys over that were top guys, and those guys end up getting washed. I mean, who do you, I'm trying to think. He sent Luke Campbell over, right? To fight Lomachenko.
Mm-hmm.
He sent Luke to fight Lomachenko. I'm trying to think of some other guys that Eddie sent over to get waxed. Maurice Hooker versus Ramirez. That was on his own. Um, there's a couple dudes that he sent over the top rank, and they got beat up real bad.
Mm.
Oh, Crowley. Yeah, you're right. Boxing Sinister. Thank you.
Hold up. Yeah. So, yep. I don't know if it's really Gary Russell Jr.'s fault, bro, Mr. Classic Metal, that he's not really getting activity. I'm not sure what it is. You know, I'm not sure what it is with Gary. But yeah, you guys, I've been on here for almost an hour and a half. Jaron Ennis said whatever he can do, whatever Terrence Crawford could do, he could do it better. Salute to my boy YSM Sports Media for the interview. I got the video link in the description for you guys to check it out. Go support my boy YSM. And wait, he says Peter that's what I say he got fam from the Badlands. You already know.
Oh, bro, the Badlands is terrible. What you saying? The big like he gonna pick one neighborhood. The Badlands is the worst neighborhood on planet Earth. And
Wait, ain't
but
that
you
that
talking
Gotham
shit?
City place I was talking about?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Badlands is number one hood on planet Earth. But he gonna single out one
Hmm.
place. But bro, Brooklyn ain't even Brooklyn no more. Y'all got vegan juice bars on each corner. Like, come on, bro. Like,
So
Brooklyn
Brooklyn
ain't
ain't the
Brooklyn
hood no
no
more.
more. Nah, man, Brooklyn ain't the hood no more.
Mm.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn ain't Brooklyn no more. Brooklyn soft, bro.
Hmm. I don't know nothing about it,
He
but
probably
you
eating.
know that Brooklyn went through some type
He
of
pro-
change.
Bro, he probably eating like a gluten free sandwich right now. Man, shut up, man.
Oh man, he said Brownsville ain't what it used to be.
Oh yeah, Linares went over to ESPN. He sent a couple people.
Young billionaire says it's Kingston. Yeah, Kingston. And nah,
Kensington.
it's worse
Kensington,
than
yes.
Baltimore. No, it ain't worse than Baltimore. So what's worse,
Oh no, no,
Kingston,
no.
Gotham City,
Um,
or Baltimore?
it's called Kensington. Kensington and the
Kensington. Yeah, that's right.
Badlands is the same neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah. So Baltimore is pretty bad. Baltimore got a whole area like that, like West Baltimore is all like Kensington. Kensington is a small area.
Mm.
So Kensington might be like a mile long. It's one specific area though. It's a neighborhood in North Philly.
Mm. He says the whole Baltimore is bad.
Yeah,
West
Baltimore is bad.
Baltimore.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm.
West Baltimore, yeah, West Baltimore is terrible, bro. It's like nothing, and that's where we're taking them from.
He says I'm with Philly. Dude just mad because I said Boo's not ready for Bud. But yeah, you guys. He said my dad stayed straight in Kingston, right by the L. Yeah, that place looked crazy when I seen it on video, man. It looked like that shit didn't look like something real. I ain't gonna lie, that shit didn't look real, bro. That Kensington Street, whatever that was, that shit did not look real. I can't
Yeah,
believe
right,
shit
right
like
under
that.
the like, bro. Where he's saying his pop stay. Like, if you ever seen The Wire, that shit called like Amsterdam, where drugs is like legal. That's how that shit look. Yeah. That's how it is.
Hold up, Pito wants to
It's nothing
come
but
in for a
fiends
link.
under the hell.
Pito want to get in on in the conversation, but
Come on, man.
I
Come
gotta.
on, man. I want to talk shit to this dude for 5 minutes, Sheeto. Can you give me 5 minutes?
All right, just try to keep it clean, gentlemen, please. Just try to keep it clean. I'm gonna
All
send a link in the chat. This is for Pito. Go ahead, hop on, Pito. We got like a few minutes. Go ahead, let you in. The New York and Philly, y'all got that little rivalry, so go ahead and go at it. He said the opioid crisis is real. Man, they look like they was zombies out there, bro. That shit did not look real. He said, "How Brooklyn, not Brooklyn, not dropping by."
Man, he fraud. He know exactly what I mean. Brooklyn is being gentrified at an abnormal rate. Like, I got
I
peoples
heard
in
about that.
Brooklyn too. I got peoples in Brooklyn too. Like, we ain't gonna fraud. Just like I'm not frauding about how bad Kensington is. Don't fraud about how Brooklyn's getting gentrified.
He says, "You never been in the hood, but you talking like you be in the mix, bro."
I'm okay. So I'm faking like I'm from. I'm not. I'm faking like I'm from North Philadelphia. Okay, cool.
Oh
Like I say,
man.
y'all New York niggas getting sensitive, bro. He the one that talk shit about Philly. Man, ain't nobody gonna talk shit about my city. Definitely not no New York nigga. So get out your feelings. I'm waiting for this dude to enter the chat. What's up? I
Oh
don't care where
shit.
you from, bro.
Hey, I did see a lot of guys have a certain type of beef with New York dudes, man. Um, I've seen somebody else say something about New York guys, man. They just, I don't know.
Hey,
I never had no problems, but it seemed to be like a little rift. He said everywhere is gentrified, even Philly. Yeah, it did look like a zombie apocalypse, bro. That shit didn't look real, Mr. Classic Metal. Kensington.
hey, young
Like,
billionaire. I went to Samuel Fells in the Northeast.
yeah, we'll get Pito to
Pito, I'm
another
waiting
couple of
for him,
minutes.
man.
I gotta get off here soon.
Oh, he fuck with Oskino Vasquez. Okay, cool.
Oh, salute to my man Candy Slim for the $2 super chat. He said, "Ask MK about my favorite trapper, Oski Vasquez." Okay, I'm not sure who that. Pito went MIA. Sanctus said, "Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he don't know how to really do all this stream stuff. But I mean, maybe next
Man,
time because I can't be on too long."
I feel you, but it sounds
Oh,
like
there you go. There you go.
another New York dude. Come on, I'm waiting for him, man.
Yo,
Here
what's
we
shaking,
go.
fellas?
Hey, what's going on, Pito?
Yo, YSM, man. I ain't trying to get on no bullshit with you because I don't know you, fam. Man. As a boxing fan, what I'm saying is that I support Boots. The young, what I see from him, he ain't nowhere near ready for Bud. That's all I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? And you mad, you calling me, you cracking jokes on me saying, yo, the Bud supporters and this calling me a lame because I support Bud, who's proven in boxing, homie. What Boots is proven? What he proven? What has he done in boxing, my dude? Let's keep it real.
All right, so first, I'm actually a Bud fan, right? But I notice Bud fans have like an issue where they don't want to give props to the kid. Like, all right, let me ask you a question. What did Andy Ruiz do to beat Joshua that would lead you to believe that he'll beat Joshua?
What I would say is he got the right punch in, he got the right opportunity for Eddie Hearn. I mean,
No,
that's
no,
what I
no.
would say. I don't like
I'm talking about I'm talking about Peter, I'm talking about what did he do before as resume wise that would lead you to believe that he would beat Anthony Joshua?
Well, for me, I think it was just simply Eddie Hearn didn't believe in him. I thought he thought based off of his resume, he had a little luck fighting bigger guys, and I thought he thought AJ would get him out of there. For me, I'm from the United States, I went for Ruiz in that fight because I don't like the way AJ was ducking Wilder. My personal opinion. Also, you took it wrong because I support Boots, dog. I support him. Like I said, he's one of my favorite prospects. If I put the man, I got him above Virgil Ortiz. You understand what I'm saying to you? So for me, like I said, it ain't about it. Boxing ain't about race for me. Boxing is around Puerto Rican family, so it ain't about race. It's about who I like. But I feel Bud is more established. Bud has done more for boxing. I like Spence too, but I'm called a hater because the truth of the matter is that people dick ride Spence. They not showing Bud no love. Come on, man. Like I said, I want to see Boots succeed,
They
family.
do
But
dick ride
you,
Spence.
but you jumping out the window and you saying, yo, he the new boogeyman. My dude, you got to beat at least a Danny Garcia, a Sean Porter, a Spence, somebody like that for you to claim to even say that man is a boogeyman. He might be the boogeyman to prospects, but he ain't no boogeyman to Bud and Spence and these guys, bro.
I'm gonna
Come on.
stop you. I'm gonna stop you right there. The boogeyman is the dude that guys don't want to fight. Sean Porter. Sean Porter sound like he want to fight Bud? I'm sorry, he want to fight Boots? No, he told you not at all. Won't do it. Keith Thurman act like he don't even know who he is. He never heard of him. And as far as Danny go, Danny won't even bring Boots in the spar, bro. Like,
absolutely,
I got no
you
issue.
got a point there.
Kid, I got no issue with you, right? But when you call me a groupie, like, I support my youngins. I support my city. So in regards to Boots, I'm looking at the eye test. I think Boots could beat Bud. Now, could Bud beat Boots? You damn right. I got Bud stopping Spence. But don't call me a groupie because I show love to my peoples.
Well, it's the same.
Like,
You put me
like,
in
we
the
don't gotta
Bud. You
do
put
that.
me in the Bud coat. You put me in the Bud coat. Now another thing.
I'm talking
it's
about
all
Bud
good.
fan. I'm talking about Bud fans in general.
I could have a lame name. I'm gonna tell you something, homie. In real life, I ain't lame, family. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you another thing about my city. It ain't all gentrified. Fuck what you heard, boy. This, you know what I'm saying? Don't believe everything you seeing. You know, we living in crazy times right now. Don't get it twisted. I respect Philly. I got family in Philly. I love my Philly cheesesteaks. Right where that white boy got beat up at. Right where that white boy got beat up at in Max's. We stay over there, man. I got respect for your city. My man, who's it? 168 pounder from Philly. My man Hart. I support that dude as well. Come on, man.
Jesse?
That's right, Jesse Hart. I got love for your city, fam. I supported B-Hop. I support Philly, bro. I'm a New York dude. I'm not one of these new lame New York dudes. I'm born and raised in my city, family. And like I said, I don't got no problems with you, brother. As a boxing fan, we can agree to disagree. I just want you to know I support Boots. I ain't never been a sucker in my life. We can make a grown man friendly wager when the fights happen. And I hope that Boots, I believe he's a future champion, my brother. On that note, I just wanted to let you know I ain't on no funny shit. I don't want no problems with you. Like, I don't know you. I respect you. I support your channel, whatever you do. If you're talking that right shit, if you're talking that bullshit, I can't support it, family. And by the way, you just talk my borough, that my borough's soft. Let me tell you something, fam. Ain't nothing soft in Bed-Stuy. Ain't nothing soft in Bushwick. Ain't nothing soft in Coney Island, Brownsville, East New York, Flatbush. We out here, baby. Bushido, much love and respect to you, family. I support the
Wait,
channel.
can I respond? Can I respond real fast though?
Yeah, go ahead, fam.
So first off, respect to you, right? I got no issue with you, but when you mention Philly's always behind New York, like, bro, with all due respect, Philly ain't never back down from nobody. Never have, never will. So why I have respect for you? As long like we can keep it cordial. I won't talk about yours. Don't talk about mine. I got Brooklyn niggas too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I fucks with y'all, but you know, ain't nobody gonna talk about where I come from. You know what I'm saying?
We saying the same thing, family. We saying the same because absolutely, I ain't never met a soft Philly dude in my life neither. And I keep it real with you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not one of these fake dudes that's gonna be on here. Like I said, I love boxing, man. I'm frustrated that they robbing us of a lot of fights, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of bullshit going on, but But like I said, I just love the sport since a kid. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't good enough to make it pro. I keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I got love for the sport. I wish they took care of our old timers. I hated to see Evander Holyfield get knocked out the way he did the other day. But I understand the man needs some money. You feel me? We should come together and put some things and put pressure on people so our old timers ain't got to go through shit like that. You know what I'm saying, my brother?
I
But
agree.
on another note,
That shit
man,
was sad, dude.
absolutely. And like I said, on another note, I'm gonna go feed my daughter. I appreciate the time, bro. And like I said, it's all love, man. You feel me?
All right, be safe, cuz.
You too, my
All
friend.
right,
One love.
Pito, man. Salute, bro.
Yo, salute, Bushido. One love, baby.
Yep. Well, that's how men handle it, though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, had y'all little words, and then y'all buried the hatchet like men. That's how it's supposed to be. But on that note, man, your boy Bushido's out of here, man. Crazy show today. Salute to my boy YSM, man. Y'all go subscribe to my boy YSM Sports Media. He's the man with the access to boost. He got the interview. I got the video link in the description. And yeah, I'm out of here, man.